So now we move on to sum number 4, which is the sum that we are going to solve, and it says find the product using suitable arrangements. The first sum says 250, 250 into 35 into 40. Now I need you to refer to that table that you have drawn or made, or that table that you've written in the example. Look at that table carefully. I have also made a table for myself out here. And I looked for numbers 250, 35 and 40. Now you will notice that the number 35 is nowhere in that table. But the number 250 and 40 is there. So let's see where 250 and 40 is there. Now 250 multiplied by 4 is there. 250 multiplied by 4 gives me 1000. So 250 into 4 gives me 1000. So 250 into 40 will give me one more zero. One more zero added to it. So 1000 will now become 10,000. 1000 will now become 10,000. You have to look for these numbers anyway. Now if I look for number 40 is given in thousands table. 40 into 25. So 40 into 25 is given. So I can take 40 into 25, which will be giving 40 into 25, which will be giving me again 1000. And again I have to add one more zero to become 10,000. So whether you take 40 into 25 or you can take 250 into 4. The answer will still be 1000. 40, look at your table carefully, 40 into 25 gives me 1000 and I have to add one more zero. Or I take 250, which is right at the top of the table, 250 into 4, this will also give me 1000 and I have to add one more zero to become 10,000. So, to make my work convenient, I will club these two, because I am doing according to suitable arrangement. So, what do I get when I multiply 250 by 40? 250 into 40 will give me 250 into 4 will give me 1000. Because I am not multiplying by 4 but by 40, I will add one more zero. The other way that you can do this is you can also write it as 250 into 40, that will give me 10,000. My work becomes simple. 250 into 40, I get directly 10,000. Now what do I have to do with this 10,000 is all I have to multiply it with the number that is remaining, that is into 35. And what do I get? 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. And 135s are 35. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. My answer 3,50,000. I directly get my answer. I don't have to take 250, then multiply it by 35, get an answer, then multiply that answer by 40. This is called getting your answer by using suitable arrangement. That means you're using an arrangement that is suitable to you or comfortable to you in order for you to get your final answer. If you had to do it methodically, then you would have to multiply 250 by 35, get an answer, and then that answer would have to be multiplied by 40 to get your final answer. But here, because I may know that 250 into 4 is 1000, or 40 into 25 is 1000, I only have to add another 0. So 250 into 4 gives me 1000, and the 0 alongside of the 4, that has to be added, remember that. Because we found for tens, hundreds and thousands. We did not find for 10,000 because then that would make our task even much more tedious. Let's only deal with 3 tables and keep it to that only. Because the numbers that multiply to get 1000 are the same numbers that multiply to get 10,000. Some of them will have a 0 increased. Only some of them will have a 0 increased. In all of them, one of the numbers you increase the 0, the 1000 will become 10,000. In all the numbers, in both those numbers that we multiply to get 1000, any one of those numbers, you add a 0, your 1000 will become 10,000. So there is no point making a table for that. I hope you understood. So we got for 10, we got for 100, and 1000 helps us to find 10,000. Because once again I am repeating myself, 250 into 4 will give me only 1000. But I have to add the 0 because it is 40. Similarly, 40 into 25 is also 1000. But I have to add another 0 because this 250 has a 0. I am taking 25, it is 250, this 0 has to be added. Now only I have to multiply 10,000 by 35. 10,000 by 35 gives me 3,50,000, and that's my answer. This is called multiplication by suitable arrangement. But this is concept number 2. The next class will be concept number 3. Let's go to part B. Part B says 4,279. 4,279 into 108 sorry, that's not the sum. That's not the sum. The sum is 125 into 60 into 8. 125 into 60 into 8. Now again, when I look at the sum and I look at my table, I do have 125 and I do have 8. But I don't have 60 anywhere. So I will circle that and I will segregate it. So when I look at my table, do I have 125? Yes, I have 125 by 8 in my thousands table. 125 by 8 is 1000 and 8 into 125 is also 1000. So I will club 125 and 8 and I will multiply them and get an answer. So 125, now look at the table and you will see 125 into 8 is equal to 1000. In the table it is given as 8 into 125 is equal to 1000. Whether 8 into 125 is 1000, similarly 125 into 8 is also 1000. 2 3s are 6, 3 2s are 6 is the same thing. That is why I told you when we made that table, everything works in the reverse order. Because then the first number multiplied by the second number gives you an answer. The second number multiplied by the first number will also give you the same answer. So 125 into 8 gives me 1000. That answer that I have got as 1000 has to be multiplied with what is remaining, 60. And my work becomes easy. How many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What is left? 1 and 6. 1, 6 are 6. 1, 2, 3. My answer, 60,000. But if you have to do it through the methodical way or through the old-fashioned way or the way a multiplication sum has to be done, you would have to take 125, multiply by 60, get an answer, and then multiply that answer by 8. And still you would get 60,000. Still you would get 60,000. But here I am doing it according to suitable arrangements. That means if I know that 125 into 8 is 1000, I directly take 1000 and I multiply it by 60. 1000 into 60 is 60,000 and I get my answer. So this is the concept of suitable arrangement in multiplication. This is concept number 2. Concept number 1 was different. The concept number 1 that we had done was sum number 3, where we had split the numbers into 2 parts. 103 became 100 plus 3. to make our work easier. That is why it is called suitable arrangement. But here I am doing suitable arrangement to find numbers that will multiply to get me 10, 100 or 1000. So when I know that 125 multiplied by 8 is 1000, I get 1000 directly. Now that 1000 has to be multiplied by 60. 1000 into 60, 60,000 is my answer. Now we will do sum number C and D.